So the top two have both done clinical business, both 4-1 wins. Manchester City reduced the gap to 5, but Pep Guardiola's former assistant Mikel Arteta wins for the 100th time as Arsenal manager, and their lead is back to 8 at the top. 4-1 then against Leeds. Slow start from the Gunners, but the penalty was the all-important moment, really settled them down.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And what you're seeing with City and with Arsenal, no matter how well you start, they're going to have a period in the game where they're going to put pressure on you. And in this case, obviously, Jesus getting in this kind of area is going to be a problem for anyone. You know, it's great skills in the end, you know, and the contact, like I say, yeah, it might be a bit soft for some people, but it's enough in this day and age to get a penalty. And, you know, he got the penalty and then Arsenal settled down after that. You see that, I think he got clipped there, but then there it was there on the knee. It's gone down and, you know, penalty given.
And it was good for him, Michael, having not scored for Arsenal in the Premier League since October the 1st.
It was. I think this is the best angle. You see a foot from Ayling onto the knee of Jesus there. It is quite soft. There's not that much force in it, but I do think it's high. I do think there's enough contact to give a penalty. But the relief, when you come back from injury after a long period of time as a centre forward, you're just desperate to start hitting the back of the net again. For him to get a brace today, the penalty not so convincing. I don't think you thought there, Sean. Nor did I.
No, I see what he tried to do. I think the keeper left it as long as he could. I think if he waits that little bit longer, he maybe stops it, but it's a risk you don't really want to take as a goalkeeper. So, yeah, it goes in the end, and Arsenal 1-0 up at that time.
And we said at half-time, next goal critical, and very much like Manchester City in their game in the second half. Straight away, Ben White makes it 2.
Yeah, it does, and again, from half-time, I thought Arsenal needed to speed it up a bit, and I think they did with their passing. You see them in the last third, and once this goes across, he's not watching where Ben White is. He's lost him on the back post, and they're in. But this is what I'm saying about when you get a City and an Arsenal in this kind of area of the field, and you're not tight enough, and you're able to then get the ball in the box with runners. You're going to score. You've got to be a lot tight. I saw Bournemouth do it. They've done very, very well defending, but in the end, you know, he was free on the back stick and scored the goal.
Yeah, doubling up out wide there. It's a common theme as well for Arsenal. Zinchenko getting forward. It's a brilliant ball by Martinelli.
Yeah.
And he nearly missed. He was only a couple of yards down. But they're not easy to keep down. Yeah. He'll be a relieved man to see it going off the bar.
Yeah, and Jesus, as Michael says, to get a brace after all he's been through in his fight, just to get back on the pitch.
Yeah, I think he's come back sharp. But that's a great ball in there. And Trossard don't look, he just puts it into an area, but Jesus sees that area and attacks it and slides it in.
It's when he gets it there, Sean. Look at his turn, look at quick. Now the speed of it. This is what Arsenal weren't doing in the first half. The speed, then the movement, look at his pace into the box, and then you put it in the area. And then, you know, and that is what they weren't doing in the first half. And this is what they're going to have to get back to, because this is what Arsenal were doing when they were doing it well. When they were beating teams, they were starting a lot faster, and it's taking them the second half to get going.
Yeah, Christensen got one back for Leeds with the help of the deflection, and then it was Granit Xhaka's turn.
Well, what he's been doing is he's been playing another 15, 20 yards up the field in this latest stage under Mikel Arteta, and that again was a fantastic run, but the ball into him was sublime from Ødegaard. Again, look, you give a player of that kind of calibre, see what he's doing, like we talked about Alvarez, just dropping off and letting players run off of him, and then he gets the time to put a ball in, and with that kind of time and that space, he's going to hit his target. And this, from this angle, you see it's a fantastic header, brilliant header.
But that's what I think Saka brings when he's on the pitch. Did you see when Saka had the ball there was 3 or 4 Leeds players around him. That gives Ødegaard that space to be able to open out his body and lift his head up.
Yeah, that's 7 goals for Granit Xhaka, his best goal-scoring season for Arsenal. So, in terms of the race, they were asked the question again by City. They've come up with a very comprehensive answer.
Yeah, they did. And again, it's like I say, it's a young team maturing, knowing what they've got to do. I have to say with Leeds, they started pretty well, but in the end, because Arsenal are playing the formation they know, the system they know, and they've got players playing well in the system, you know, they'll just, you know, even if they do concede a goal, they'll just keep going. Like I say, once Arsenal are playing with pace and real verve and real intensity, they're very hard to stop, especially at home.
But back at the top, it is 8 points. Arsenal in front of Manchester City. Let's go back to the Emirates. Right, he's smiling away. Sunday for Arsenal, and in particular for the returning Gabriel Jesus, who joins us now. Thank you very much indeed, Gabriel. On a personal level, after all you've been through, how good does that feel today?
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone there, you know.
Nice.
And, so happy to be back. to start the game again in Premier League, the league that I love and I have been here 7 years. So yeah, so happy to have a come back with the team, and also of course I want to score every time, but the 3 points is massive in that period.
Can't hear. I was going to say to you, Gabriel Jesus, about the frustration it must have been watching this team. How frustrating has it been to be out that long and now waiting to get back, knowing that the team need you so much?
Yes, legend. It's normal. You guys play, and you know the game. When you are watching from outside, it's no good. Yeah. But I was happy because the team keep the energy, keep the well played with the games. It's the most important games. We win. So yeah, it's still there. Now I have more power, more energy, and of course I want to play till the end of the season to help the team.
Really well done, Gabriel. Thank you very much indeed for joining us there. Apologies for some slight sound issues, but he's happy. 2 goals, 4 for Arsenal as well.